found yourself angry after narcissistic abuse? I mean, like really angry, like raging kind of angry. So angry you don't know what to do with yourself. Well, today I'm going to talk to you about anger. Hi, this is Kaleah with Pandoras Box, and I want to talk to you about what happens when you get angry. Now, I don't know about you, but most spiritual beliefs, whether you're Christian, whether you are Buddhist, whether you are Jewish, whether you are New Age, it doesn't really matter. There's this idea that anger is not holy, that anger is of the devil, that anger is a dark force. This is absolutely not true. Now, God gives us a full array of emotions, and those emotions all serve a purpose, whether we realize it or not. It's our job to recognize what that purpose is, to understand that purpose. Anger has a purpose. So if you're feeling really angry, the first thing I want to do is invite you to embrace your anger. Don't demonize yourself or make yourself wrong for feeling angry. That anger is justified. Now we're going to talk in a little bit about what to do with that anger. I'm not just saying to get on board with that anger and stay there. That's not the idea at all. The idea is to understand what's happening energetically and emotionally inside of you so you can change it, so you can shift it. Now there's a hierarchy of emotions, from the very lowest vibrating emotion to the very highest vibrating emotion. And anger is not at the bottom of that scale. Really, it's emotions like apathy, well, kind of a lack of emotion. Apathy is towards the bottom. Anger is right there in the middle, because it has been recognized that when you're in a depressed state, when you're in an apathetic state, when you're in chronic sadness and grief, which are lower on that energetic spectrum than anger is, you tend to be kind of immobilized in your life. As you move up that vibrational ladder and you access your anger, it begins to release, kind of like a volcano that releases steam. It begins to release all that energy into your life. So where you might have formerly been depressed or apathetic, once you allow yourself to really get angry at the injustice of how you were treated, you can start to move energetically. You can get out of that place of being stuck and step up to a higher vibration. Of course, it doesn't feel good to be angry. It feels a bit overwhelming sometimes when you have all of this rage and anger. You feel that raging volcano within you. It's not a comfortable feeling. And so you have to find ways to cope with that anger. And there are several ways that are effective. The first thing that I recommend to my clients that are in their anger, and what I have done myself, as crazy as it may sound, get yourself a baseball bat. That's right. Get yourself an aluminum or a very lightweight baseball bat. And I always say, take that bat to your bed, not their head. We're not advocating violence. The whole idea here is if you can get that energy moving in your body and get it out, you're going to release that anger. It's not going to have such an impact on you. It will become lighter and lighter and lighter, and then you'll just move up to the next level. So this is not about violence. This is not about taking that anger out to that other person. That's actually not really effective. It's okay to be angry. It's okay to express your anger to that other person in a responsible way, not a violent way. We don't want to start keying cars and screaming obscenities on the phone. That just makes you look crazy. You don't really want to go there, do you? You feel crazy. I get that. I get what it feels like to feel crazy. That energy is very consuming. So when you get that baseball bat, bat your bed and say whatever it is that is coming up. It's not going to be pretty. So this isn't about being pretty. This is not about being spiritual. That's kind of BS as far as I'm concerned. We can be spiritual, but a lot of spiritual people are sitting on an awful lot of anger that they haven't allowed themselves to feel. And so as you allow that anger to come out and you take that baseball bat to your bed, you keep going until you don't have anything left anymore in that moment. That's one session. Then you may find that you take a break and another layer of anger may come up. And so you grab that baseball bat again and let them have it again. I mean, let all that anger. And you may have a particular face. It may be the narcissist. It may be some of the flying monkeys. Maybe all of them. And it's okay to take your rage out on the bed, because what it does is it energetically releases it from your body. And once you do that, guess what moves in to fill its place? Peace. You begin to feel more peaceful. And isn't that what we're all striving for? Now, the second thing you can do is you can write some angry letters. And when you write an angry letter, these are not meant to be sent. These are for you and your own self-expression. You have to allow yourself to express these uncomfortable emotions. And so allow yourself to write, whether it's in a journal, writing with a pen, or whether it's typing. It doesn't really matter. What matters is getting it out, get it on paper. Say what you want to say. And don't edit yourself. I don't care if you call that person every name in the book. If you write the meanest, nastiest, most hateful letter, now you can come back and say, well, that's not spiritual. That's not being good. You know, we got to throw this idea of being good out the window. I mean, you're already accused of being the devil incarnate, so why not express some of that feeling? Get it out. Once again, once you get that out, you're going to feel more peaceful. You can also punch a punching bag, you know, let that punching bag have it. You can do physical activity, go for a run. But the most effective is really the baseball bat, because it's a full body experience. You're really getting it out of the body. The letter writing is an emotional cathartic process. It helps you to bring those emotions out, but you're not necessarily releasing it on a physical level. So you can write that nasty letter and go for a run, or you can get the baseball bat out and get it all out at one time. So it's really important to embrace your anger and to get it out so you can move up the vibrational ladder to a more peaceful place. And when you're in a more peaceful place, that love moves in and that forgiveness moves in to take its place. Now that forgiveness, I've talked about this many times before. It's not about saying what you did was okay. It's about saying, you know what? I'm not giving it any more of my energy. I'm cutting the cord. I'm letting this go. It doesn't have power over me anymore. It doesn't have power in my life anymore. So it is very important to release your anger. And in order to release that anger, you have to embrace it. Many people that I work with don't feel their anger at first, and I have gone through this too, where I feel really sad, or I feel really grief-stricken and feel really betrayed, and I have all these feelings inside of me, and they're very disabling. I can sit with them and I can be in my emotions and I can cry and I can write about how I'm feeling, but it isn't until that anger begins to rise up. It's not until that volcano explodes that I truly see forward movement in my life. So I want you all to embrace your anger, to truly embrace your anger and see it for what it is. It is an expression of the injustice that has happened. All of the betrayal, all of the hurt, everything that has happened. There's such a sense of injustice. So as you learn to embrace and allow your anger to come up and to express it, it will move you up the ladder to greater love and peace. Now, I want to remind you that if you do not embrace your anger, if you leave it in a suppressed state, it will wreak havoc in your life and in your relationships. It runs things from underground. You might find yourself becoming passive aggressive or being reactive. So the more that you're able to embrace your anger and express it in a healthy way, the healthier you become and the healthier your relationships can become in the future. So thank you so much. And if you like what I have to say today, please comment, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, share, and that will really help me out a lot. If you want any further information on my work and my counseling, please visit narcissismfree.com. I will put it in the links below. And have a really great day. I will see you next time.